continuation of the prosecutor's investigation in the case of State of Arkansas versus Damian Eccles, Jason Baldwin, and Jesse Miskelly, September 2nd, 1992. The time is 2:09 p.m. Present is myself and the witness, Stacy Sanders. Now, Stacy, before I get started and put you under oath, you will be put under oath. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. And you understand that that oath means it's your obligation to tell the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right. And I assume you understand that there are certain penalties if you don't tell the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And if you don't understand the question I ask you, you ask me to correct it or clear it up or to restate my question, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. If you don't hear a question I ask, let me know, okay? If you're not sure about something, you tell me that too, okay? So we can have as accurate information as possible, okay? This is being tape recorded, so you'll need to speak up just a little bit, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. If you would, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right. You need to speak up some. Would you state your name, please?
Stacy Sanders.
All right. And Stacy, where do you live?
505 Balfour.
All right. Who do you live there with?
My parents.
All right. And how long have you lived there at 505 Balfour?
A couple of years.
Who else lives in the house with you and your parents?
My little sister Jennifer.
Okay. And Jennifer's 11 years old?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I want to ask you some questions about a time when the Hutchisons and Damian Eccles apparently came over to your house. Do you remember when that was?
The Wednesday. It was Wednesday. I'm not sure about the date. I just know it was the first Wednesday in May.
Okay. Why do you remember that it was the first Wednesday in May?
Because it was the Wednesday that my parents went to Splash with some friends of theirs, and it was 90210 was on, and it had I think the prom of 90210.
Okay. Now, all right, you said that you remembered that because of a variety of things, including that was a Wednesday that your parents went to Splash.
Yes, sir.
All right. Why would that help you to remember it?
Because I remember, I think it was 2 days later, they went again, and that's when Damien got arrested. I think that was when.
Okay. All right, so the time you're talking about is 2 days before Damien got arrested?
I think it was.
Okay. All right. Tell me what happened.
No, I mean...
Go ahead. If something's wrong, feel free to correct it.
I'm not for sure if it was 2 days before he got arrested or not. I just remember it was a Wednesday when they come over and he got arrested on a Friday night because they went to Splash again.
Okay.
With his parents.
All right. Well, when this occurred, you said it was a Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 2 days later would have been Friday. Is that when you're talking about?
I'm talking about the Wednesday come over.
Okay. And I'm trying to figure out which Wednesday that was.
Wednesday. I know it was the first Wednesday in May because my parents went to Splash.
All right. And then earlier you said that 2 days later your parents went again. Did they not?
I'm not for sure if that's when they went or not. 2 days later.
Okay. All right, well, I'm trying to figure out in my own mind how you would remember that particular day and visit.
I remember because I was across the street at my cousin's watching TV, and 90210 was fixing to come on.
Okay.
It was a special show. It was one of the last shows of it.
Okay. And it was getting ready to come on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What time does that show come on?
It comes on at 7 o'clock.
All right. And you weren't at home?
No, sir. I was across the street.
Okay. And where were you? Whose house is that?
It's my cousin, Meredith McKay's.
Okay. How old is she?
She's 19.
All right. And you were there watching TV with her?
Yes, sir.
All right. And when did these people come over to your house?
It was around 7 o'clock because that's the reason why I didn't go across the street to my house, because the show was fixing to come on.
Okay. All right. How did you know that they were there?
Because my cousin Meredith said, Pam and Joe's at your house, and I looked out the window because they have this big glass window, and I looked out and I seen them.
All right. Who did you see?
I remember seeing Pam and Joe and Michael, which is Damien.
Okay. What do y'all call him?
I call him Michael.
All right. Why do you call him that?
Because when we were little, that's what his name was before he had it changed.
Okay. Do you know where he had it changed?
No, sir.
Okay. You don't know whether it was here or somewhere else?
No, sir.
Okay. Then your friend Meredith McKay,
My cousin.
all right, said, "Hey, still in pain."
Mm-hmm.
And you looked out, and tell me again who you saw.
I seen Pam and Joe and Michael.
Okay. And were they already out of the car when you looked out?
They were walking in the door.
They were walking in the door. Okay. And who was in front and behind? Do you remember the order of them?
No, sir.
Okay. And do you know when they left, how long they stayed?
No. I don't remember what time it was. I don't remember what time it was.
Was the show still on?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So they
About
left.
the middle of it.
About the middle of the show, they left. Okay. How did you know that?
Because it was getting where it was getting good. Because he's usually in the middle of it. So it was around the middle of it.
Well, I mean, were you constantly looking out the window to see?
Yeah, I looked out the window to see if they were still there.
Okay, why did you do that?
I was just seeing if they were still there. And I figured that one of them would come over and get me. But they didn't. Talk to me. Well, I figured, I didn't see their daughter go in. But I figured if she was there, she would come over and talk to me.
But she didn't?
No.
Okay. Did you see him leave?
I seen him getting in the car.
Okay. And who did you see get in the car?
I seen Pam and Joe and Damien.
Okay.
And there was someone else with them, but I couldn't tell who it was.
What do you mean there was somebody else with them?
There was 4 people, but I just seen 3 getting in the car. There was one in there.
All right. Now, you told me that you saw 3 go in, and you saw 3 getting in the car. Where does the 4th get in?
They were going in, so somebody else could have been in front, and I went in when I looked up and seen them.
All right. But where does the 4th, on the way out, I mean, how do you see the 4th one?
I just seen somebody's head.
Where?
In the car.
Okay. And you said it was about the middle of the show?
Yes, sir.
All right. And you saw this from across the street?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, how long have you known Damien?
Years. It's been... I'd say ever since I was about 4, so it's been... I don't know. It's been a year, ever since I can remember we were little.
How old were you when y'all lived together in Tupelo?
About 7, 8, maybe before then.
Okay, and y'all lived together about how long?
A long time. Lots of times when we moved off somewhere together, we just moved in together. So
y'all are pretty close then?
Yeah.
Okay. Has Damien ever talked to you about his beliefs?
No.
He's never spoken to you about his witchcraft beliefs and all that?
And he's like make comments and stuff, but we never really talked about it.
Y'all never really talked about this?
No. I remember I went and like the flea markets and stuff, they have those psychic people, and talk to. Well, I went and I talked to one of them up there, and she was telling me how many kids I was going to have and stuff, and then when I left from telling my parents about it and stuff, Damien and his girlfriend Dominique was saying she's going to have this many kids or something like that. They were saying that. But that's all that's ever come up about those.
He's never told you any of this stuff?
No.
Were you aware that he believed in witchcraft?
Yeah.
How were you aware of that?
From my parents talking and his parents talking about it.
Okay. Were you aware that he said that he was not only white witch, but also participated on the dark side?
No, sir.
You weren't aware of that?
No, sir.
So you never heard your parents talk about that?
No, sir.
When did your parents start going to Splash Casino? How long have they been going?
I think the first time they ever went was that Wednesday night.
Okay. How about since then?
Since then, they've gone with Pam and him a couple of times.
Okay. How often during the week?
Oh, they don't go that often. I know one week they went twice, but they don't go very often.
Okay. We're talking about once a month, once a week, once every 2 weeks?
But it just depends when they have some extra money and they want to go. I mean, sometimes some months they have extra money and some months they don't.
Okay. But it's your understanding that when this incident happened, that was the first time they'd ever been?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I don't have any further questions. Y'all can go.